Let's start here, though, gentlemen. John, I have one
What's
question
up?
for you. Do we, and
Okay.
mostly you, owe Rudy
I
Gobert an
will say
apology?
this. He looked great today, but what was different was they kept him out of space. He wasn't the primary defender on Joker. They had Nas Reed, they had Cat on him, like we saw. They had Cat on him with two fouls, and then in the second half, and then when he got the foul, they had Nas jump on him. It's just I'm really hard on Rudy because I just don't like him. You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep it a bean with you. I'm gonna keep it a bean with you. You know, he gets on my nerves. He frustrates me. You know what I mean? I've never liked players who are in the league who play basketball just because of their size. But I mean, he is 7'3", and it does benefit him. You know what I'm saying? Like when he makes mistakes guarding somebody, he can recover well. He's great at the rim and he gets a lot of rebounds. You know what I mean? That's very important. You know what I mean? But he's just not the person that's gonna be able to guard somebody out in the perimeter like that in space. But today, even when he did have to go, I saw him with Aaron Gordon. He made good decisions, stayed on his feet, moved his feet well. So I'll give him his credit. He looked good today, but he wasn't the primary defender. So I'll give that to coaching too. There's no like defense player of the year and all that, but what he's good at is within that 5 feet of the rim. Keep him there, and he can be dominant. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And so yeah, I'll say sorry, fuck nigga. I'm just playing.
I,
Sorry,
I
Rudy Gobert. I
apologize,
wouldn't
fuck
say that to
nigga.
his face. I'm talking shit. You know what I mean? That nigga 7 foot. That nigga beat me up from across the room. You know what I'm saying? So sorry, Mr. Gobert. I apologize.
Yeah, I felt like I was screaming into the abyss, and I was like, we might have to shoot Rudy some bail last game because I felt like he caught a raw deal on the matchups, like you said. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, no one is able to lock down Jokic one on one. I
Mm-mm.
mean, last game, we didn't expect him to lock Jokic down. We don't expect anyone to lock Jokic down. But granted, he didn't even pinch the bitch last game, right? Like, he
No,
didn't slow him down
he was
at
getting
all,
cooked.
right. So I'm not letting Rudy off the hook there, but. It's like we've discussed before. Like Tim Connolly built the Nuggets and he saw how the Lakers gave them trouble. He knows the formula is you gotta have a couple 7 footers out there at a time. You gotta have one guy who's gonna be primary on Jokic and another big guy playing free safety, which is the plan that they differentiated from last game when they had like Rudy, locking up with them. But
Mhm.
they went back to that tonight and we saw how the game went for them, right? So yeah, man, like I am on the side of Rudy doesn't ever just need another defensive player of the year award. Four is enough, bro. Might be
Yeah.
like two too many in that motherfucker. But I do think that he caught a raw deal last game, man. I do.
Yeah. Nobody's gonna, guard Joker. It's impossible. And when he's playing in that way, nobody guards him. But we saw him getting cooked in the ways we've seen him cooked before. in space. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
for me, I don't think I don't know Rudy Gobert. I don't think I just can dislike him for is that weird shit that happened with COVID. But dude, you know what I'm saying? Nobody knew it was gonna be what it was. I mean, he caught a raw deal there too. I mean, that's a
Mhm.
horrible look, but it's an accident. You feel what I'm saying? Jesus, dog. But yeah, I think like
Jesus.
we it's just really hard for me that he has 4 defensive player of the years and he's really good in one area, but can get played off the court in another area. You know what I'm saying? On the defensive end. And we see guys who are great at the cup, like Wimby, like AD, who also are good in space as well. You know what I mean? And so, like, that's what's frustrated with me with Rudy Gobert. It's not Rudy Gobert's fault that I'm frustrated with him. You know what I mean? I mean, he's good at what he's supposed to do. But yeah, he was having to do a lot of things that he's not supposed to be doing, which is guarding the best player in the world at the 3 point line. The fuck is anybody gonna do with that? You know what I mean? So yes, he was good. He got a raw deal. And I was talking a lot of shit. I was really frustrated, and I was bummed out that they got cooked again for the third time in a row. But I feel a little better. So like I said, sorry, Mr. Gobert.
I have I have two brief Mike related updates. One is Diego in the chat said, "Damn, Mike is such a Rudy hater that he wouldn't be on the pod after the W." And I actually forgot. Mike wanted me to make that joke, and I am not as good of a host as Mike is. So Diego, thank you for catching my
Diego
mistake.
been in the group
And
chat.
the second one is that Mike said that Vinny's team tied it up in the fourth, and then just went up 9-8
Let's
going
fucking
into the last
go.
inning. So they got to get
Hell
three
yeah.
outs to advance to the
Hell yeah,
next
let's
Let's
game in the
go.
go.
playoffs.
Let's go.
Next question about this game, though. It seems like, and they were talking about it on the broadcast tonight a lot, how there's what can you take from one game to the next in a playoff series. We've seen it across playoff series. We've seen it in this playoff series, how sometimes a blowout in one game doesn't necessarily, sometimes it can mean a win in the next game, but it doesn't necessarily mean that. Denver's going home. It feels like the consensus online is that the Nuggets are we're putting them in pen, not even in
Right,
pencil, winning
right.
in Game 7. But how do you guys feel about
Yeah,
it?
I mean, thoroughly impressed with the Wolves tonight. Not taking anything away from them, but it doesn't change how I'm feeling about the series. It was one of those games where one team was clicking on all cylinders and the other team couldn't get shit working, right? Like, those games happen. And I had the Nuggets winning tonight. I thought they were going to win in 6, but Nuggets at home, that heart of the champion shit is gonna, come out again, I believe. So I still got the Nuggets winning and advancing there.
I think the Nuggets will win it. But what I will say is that I don't think we were talking about this before we got on. Like we talked about how the Nuggets best is better than everybody else's. I don't know if the Timberwolves best is that much behind the Nuggets best. If
Yeah.
it could be about even when they're just younger, so they're not as consistent. We've seen like when Cat was going, Ant wasn't going. When Ant was going, Cat wasn't going. That doesn't happen as much with the Nuggets. The people that are supposed to do what they're supposed to do it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? On the Nuggets team because they have the experience and they're older. But what I will say is there's certain things that were repeatable, bro. Like the way Ant approached the double team, you know what I mean? Where he was way more patient and decisive when he attacked it. We were talking about how that double team is really tough. You know what I'm saying? It's a hard double to make it unfortunately in their offense. And then he wouldn't see the ball back. But when he did get the ball back in the first game, he could be able to move. And so he got the ball back after getting rid of the ball and the double team softened a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So he was much more patient in that way. And also like how they attacked like KCP, bro. They made KCP's a great defender. But I mean, their size makes it he's not gonna guard Nas Reed or Cat in the paint, but he was forced to with the ball movement. And so I think that's very fucking repeatable. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And also in the last game, we got 27 from Aaron Gordon, which can happen. We saw that in last year's. Also, we saw like Bron was like hitting big shots for him. That's not going to happen consistently. So I don't know, man. Like the players that were going off today, you know what I'm saying? This is what they do. You know what I mean? Like McDaniels was playing under what he normally plays like. You know what I mean? Conley did Conley shit. Ant was hurt for part of the third quarter and didn't play most of the fourth and did Ant shit when he was out there. And Cat looked like Cat playing confidently. So I don't know, bro. Like it's a very repeatable game. I don't think they'll get the same game from the Nuggets again. But I think if the Nuggets come out humming, I still think if they play the same way they did, approach the game the same way they did, that the Timberwolves could definitely beat them for sure, bro. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I think this team is really, really good. They're just young. So you don't know
Yeah.
what you get from night to night.
Yeah, like I said, I don't think this game changes how I feel about the series, but I do think that it's kind of reaffirmed the notion that the Nuggets got to make some moves this offseason, right? Like they're not the same team. I still think they're the best team in the league. I still have them winning the championship, but they are not the team that won the championship last year. Last year they were 16-4 in the postseason. They've got 4 losses already this postseason, right? Like they need some bench scoring. There was a time, there was a stat before garbage time when the benches got cleared where Denver's bench had 0 points, Minnesota's bench had 15 points going to start the fourth.
Right.
Like, they're missing like that Bruce Brown type guy there,
Bruce
right?
Brown.
Like so they for sure got to get out here this offseason and they got some pieces to pick up, man.
I mean, like during the regular season, you know what I'm saying? Like P. Watt, Christian Brown, they had some great minutes, you know what I mean? And we've seen Christian during the playoffs have some great minutes, you know what I mean? But during the playoffs, you just need some consistency. And Bruce Brown that where he won games for them big games for them in the finals last year. That's kind of hard to big shoes to fill for those young pups, you know what I mean? So I feel you. Like if they're going to continue to dominate, I don't know if they beat this Timberwolves team next year if they win this game 7, because they'll have a year under their belt. And they'll have a year under his belt. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think they definitely make some moves, but they're still a great fucking team. I think if they beat this Timberwolves team, they're still winning the chip. Like I said, I don't trust this. I think the Celtics are good enough. I don't trust the Celtics enough to beat either one of these teams if they make it out of the West.
Yeah, I think the bench thing, it feels like in the playoffs now, with how good the NBA is, you need at least one, if not more than one, two-way guys off the bench. Guys who are not going to hurt you on defense and who can consistently contribute offensively. And like Christian Brown, like you're saying, can sometimes do it offensively. Justin Holiday can sometimes do it offensively. Reggie Jackson is not doing it defensively. Like none of their guys are consistent enough on both ends of the floor. I think the Game 7 thing that's interesting about the two teams stylistically, to what your point is, John, about how their ceilings are actually pretty close. Is the Nuggets are like an offensive juggernaut and the Timberwolves are a defensive juggernaut. And game sevens oftentimes are a defensive struggle, sometimes, at least at the start of a game, right? Teams oftentimes come out flat. So it's like, what sort of takes hold? The Timberwolves defense on that? Does that like really just clamp down, or do the Nuggets just have this offensive superiority that breaks through that game seven struggle type of situation? It's like such a microcosm of the entire series in that sense.
I think that game sevens just affect the offense more because people are tight. You know what I mean? And you played each other 6 games already. You know these players really, really well. You feel me? You watch hella tape. You have a lot of minutes with them. Like, dog, it's gonna be like, it's gonna be who can go out there and just get a fucking bucket. You know the plays, all types of shit. So I think that leans towards Denver because like they have the experience. But a team as good at defense as this Timberwolves team is, and also like Tyler talked about the Lakers, right? It's not just size, it's how they approach the game. Like when they are aggressive on defense in the way they were tonight, you know what I'm saying? Like they win. And that was with the Lakers when they won the championship. It all started with defense. And so if they get motherfuckers discombobulated, they have Murray struggling. You know what I'm saying? Even at the point when he was open, sometimes he's missing shots. He's shooting the ball on the way down. Like that's a dude that's thinking when he's taking jumpers. You don't want to be thinking taking a fucking jumper, bro. You know what I mean? And so I think I think the Timberwolves have a great fucking chance. When I don't think it all is like pinned in like how people are saying. But bro, I don't know, man. I think I want the Timberwolves to win. That's why I'm kind of like.
I feel like you're talking yourself.
I also think I'm like talking myself into it.
That's what it sounds like.
The Timberwolves got a real shot. Also, they're young, and they don't have the pressure the Nuggets have. So we're talking about like they've been there before. The Nuggets are supposed to win this fucking series. They're supposed to win the chip. There's some pressure with that. I don't think Murray will be affected by it. I don't think Joe will be affected by it. But I think the other players, you know what I mean? They can get a little tight. And if the other players aren't showing up like tonight, I don't know, this young team, they really don't got that much pressure. They just out here playing ball. We'll see.
I think this is a conversation we have with Claire that most teams take on the personality of their best player, right? Mm-hmm. And Jokic, calm, cool, collective dude, right? Super even killed. And I do think that nerves come with players fearing that they're going to disappoint their best guy and get their fucking heads bitten off. And that's not the case with Jokic, bro. He's not that guy. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't think nerves are going to come in. I think that they're just going to be the same team that shows us, oh yeah, this is why they won the championship last year, why they're probably going to win it this year. I think that they're going to win pretty handily. I'd say by like 10 or 12, bro.
Wow. I mean, I don't think that's 5 possessions. That's a lot, but it's not that crazy to see for sure.
I will say the youth thing, I don't think the Timberwolves are winning a close game. I think if they're winning, even in Denver, they're probably winning by 10 if they're winning the game. Something like this, where they just really clamp down on defense. Nuggets shoot poorly. Even with Ant, who feels like he can be a Dwayne Wade 2004, 2006 level closer, I think they're too young to sort of get through a nail biter in Denver. But I don't know, man.
I like what I saw with Ant on defense with Murray, bro.
Oh, yeah.
That motherfucker was locking up. Wasn't no cute shit. You feel me? Like, whoever he had on him, he was locking up, bro. And I love seeing that. And that's one thing about being young, G. You got all energy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, to play that way takes a lot of energy. And they got enough of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have more than enough of it. So, I don't know. We'll see, man. Like I said, this game, the way they're approaching was super repeatable. It was super repeatable, bro.
Say it.
Do it.
Timberwolves in 7. Timberwolves in 7. Hey, bro, did y'all see what that motherfucking hezzy hands up? You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
bro, that hezzy was crazy.
I got up and ran, bro. My wife was like, "Hey, man, you got to go to the room with that." Somebody trying to eat dinner. You distracted. Take your ass to the office with that shit, dog.
Yeah, that was an incredible.
He was so good tonight, and he is all business. And after the game, he's putting up the 7. Or not after the game, when he was subbing out in the fourth quarter. That we've talked about it 50 times now. We talked about it last episode with Claire about how mature he feels and how intelligent and how it doesn't. He feels young in the exuberance level, but in the way he's approaching it, does not feel young. It's really amazing.
This is his 4th year in the league.
Like D Wade, he's 22. D Wade in that championship run, which I know the Timberwolves only the second round, but D Wade was 24. That's like a lot different than a 22-year-old. I can't remember. I can't remember seeing a 22-year-old take hold of playoff, like a whole multiple playoff series in the way that he's taking hold of them. They haven't won 2 playoff series yet, but he is really putting I can't remember the last time someone this young was this dominant in the playoffs.
Yeah.
D Wade was averaging like 36, something crazy like that to win, though. That's a lot to ask anybody.
I'm not asking it.
I know what I'm saying, but yeah, but
I'm not trying to take.
I know you're not. I know you're not. But I'm saying, like, yes, I do like somebody that young, like being that dominant and feeling like somebody in their prime. Like the fact that he's 22 is mind blowing. Like, how the fuck is this kid 22 years old and the way he approaches the game? Like, did you see when he was out the game, they got it to like 13, the Nuggets did. And you saw like Nas Reed kind of pressure. His shot wasn't falling, so he's kind of pressing a little bit, which I thought he got really good at, hitting the attacking the paint, using his body, back to the basket, all that type of shit. You know what I mean? But then you saw Ant stand up and was like, calm down, bro. Like, relax.
Yes.
And then they stretched it back out again. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, like he's that guy. Like, and like Tyler says, you take on the personality of your, you know, and as somebody that's super confident in him, also relaxed in the big moment, who loves the big moment. So we hope that, we hope to see that, in other players as well.
We've all had a difficult time buying tickets. Lakers games are expensive, but I try and find games to take my son Vinny to. It's hard to find good deals, especially at the last minute.
You shouldn't have to worry when you buy tickets to your next big event. Game Time is the fast and easy way to buy tickets for all the sports, music, comedy, and theater events near you.
The Lakers have a ton of home games the remainder of the year. I like that in the Game Time app, they have last-minute tickets. You can see views from every seat.
Game Time is the only ticketing app that gives you complete peace of mind with your purchase. Their all-in pricing shows your total up front, so you know you're getting a great deal before you buy. They also have the Game Time guarantee, which means you'll always get the best price.
Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time.
Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code J&J for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code JANDJ for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed.
The NBA playoffs are heating up, and so is the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. With same-game parlays, live betting, odds boosts, and so much more. Don't miss out as the NBA postseason winds down.
Oh boy, the playoffs have gotten fun. The Nuggets Timberwolves series is crazy, and we are locked in to see who comes out of Mavericks Thunder as well. And if you're new to DraftKings, you got to check this out. New customers bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets instantly.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code Jenkins. That's code JENKINS Jenkins for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.